Isn't it that
Um,
thing where it's like when your brain sees something it cannot comprehend, it fills in the blanks?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody filled in that ass. Hello and welcome to Huckleberry's Ho. I'm host Steph.
I'm Ho-El.
I'm Ho-Al.
We're here to hoe it up for Mothman butts and our man Huckleberry. Yay!
Yes. We love Daddy Huckleberry.
Oh
And
my
his
god.
giant feet. Which is from another episode, but he
Yes.
does have
Okay.
feet.
This is literally the only episode I watched. It's been on my radar, but it only took one episode for me to say, you know what? I'm a hoe for this man.
That's all it takes. It takes
Yeah.
one clip and one episode, and you're like entranced.
You're just like,
And now
what
we're
the
here.
fuck? What
Flannel
have I watched?
movies. For Huckleberry. Hi.
I need to get to the crux of this, like right at the beginning. I've got to jump right in. How
do
does
it.
he both feed off of electricity and he cannot like teleport through, nor and he will get fried by it? Like how do all of these things happen? Like what physics? what is physics?
Mothman physics.
And that's
The
it.
only physics that matter.
It's the only explanation, right?
Because like if he's sucking on power lines, how's it gonna affect him?
Well, here's the thing: is that he can't teleport through electricity.
But he
It's
can
like
eat
a
it.
barrier, but it's like he has to be drawn to it too much that it's like, ah.
It's very confusing to me. And also, I was talking to Ho-El before we started filming, and I was like, how come he's like 600 pounds?
I said the same thing.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
like the other thing is Mothman is not the usual cryptid, which they say multiple times, like, oh, this is a spooky guy or whatever, like whatever the hell they say. But how is an extra dimensional being's weight in like going to affect a bridge at all? Why is that the thing you don't believe? But like all this other shit, you're like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. But like this weight thing, this is definitely not it.
No way. Okay, so here are the things that I thought about while watching this episode. First of all, this man just happens to catch this mysterious footage of the Mothman in the woods because he keeps his phone in his back pocket and just filming. I have done a similar thing, but in the Publix, my local Publix, just to try to see who was looking at my butt. And I'm going to tell you what, it was a lot.
No. Oh no.
Damn.
This is Florida, though, so
Investigation.
they don't call me PI host Steph.
Also,
Yeah.
if it's an extra dimensional creature, what the fuck is a shotgun gonna do, brother? Like, what?
Why were they trying to shoot it all of a sudden anyway?
They needed gun safety classes. So many.
They needed torch
And
safety
yeah, I
classes.
could say fire classes. Yeah, because I was for sure they were just swinging those things around. The whole fire's gonna catch, like the whole forest gonna go up in smoke and flames because they're just swinging those things around.
Yeah, and like also my thing is, if I'm going Mothman catching, it's to get a real life glimpse of these buns. It's not to shoot him or eat him.
Why
I'm
do you
talking
want to
about
kill
mothman.
him? Yes. Why?
Well, 'cause
What?
they want to kill everything they go after. That's the point. It's like all it doesn't matter what it is, they're trying to kill it. Like
But like this thing is the harbinger of terrible, terrible things, and you think that you should shoot it?
You should eat it? Like, that's
I
good.
that
That's
sounds like
nutritious.
Mothman wings.
that was so silly. I'm like, that sounds like massive indigestion to me. Like you're gonna be pooping in the woods for days, or pooping yourself. That one man couldn't even handle looking it in the eyes. He hit the ground so hard. I was so surprised when he passed out.
So that was the only, like, continuity with the actual Mothman. And yes, I went back and read it.
The book.
So that is actually something that was reported, that the hypnotic red eyes would cause people to like glitch out and pass out. So that they did right. I am not believing that this is a real thing that they're doing. I'm believing 1,000% this is scripted, but the
Yeah.
lore building in it was dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like I can't like in my brain can't wrap around 600 to 700 pounds, but he's only 7 to 8 feet tall. Like he would not have those buns.
Well,
Like
yeah, that's true.
No.
The wings though, how much do they think wings weigh? Like, I mean, he's got a big wingspan. That's one thing. But like,
yeah, but
wings
Enough
can't
to
weigh
eat-
much, can they?
no.
enough to eat, apparently, and get full because he was very excited about the prospect.
I will say, John Keel does give. There were apparently people camped out around Woody Derenberger's farm trying to find the Mothman to shoot it with a shotgun as well. So there's historical precedence for this episode.
You know, is that the grown up poke it with a stick, shoot it with a shotgun?
I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
I would be worried. I would be concerned.
right. You see this as it's an omen. It's not
Yeah.
like really interacting hardcore, except for like I guess Indrid Cold, which is associated with the Mothman. He's not the Mothman. He's just an alien that was associated with the Mothman. This lore goes deep. This is some of the
Yeah.
most fascinating shit you can get into in the paranormal stuff just because it's weird as hell.
Why do you
Like,
think I have like a wall of like Mothman plushies and like framed
yes.
photos on in my living room behind me? It's like the Fresno like Nightwalker and Mothman, like because
Really,
Mothman stuff is insane.
it's
Is.
so funny. I was looking for this picture and I found a lot of stripper variations of Mothman, and I was like, okay,
Yes,
get it, get them.
yeah. In the comic book Yeti, everyone calls me the Mothman fucker because I'm a monster lover writer, and they're like, "We all know you want to fuck the Mothman." I was like, "I really don't," but
Look at
like,
that ass
he's
though.
thick though.
Yeah.
like, like don't call me out on Maine, but you're right.
He
I mean,
doesn't
why
look
would
like
I
he
not?
needs medicinal milk though, so he's not my type, unfortunately.
Oh, well, you know me. I'm an equal opportunity pansexual, so the buns swing my way, honey, and I may not say no, especially if I'm on the wrong end of some tequila.
I guess, well, I guess at that point it'd be moonshine out there, wouldn't it? Because it's out in West Virginia, so it would be all the
I
good moonshine.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, Huck has some good moonshine apparently.
I heard. Is that an innuendo?
The one that passed out, which one was that?
That was Buck.
Buck. Okay, they're not really he's not related to Huck, right?
I think
Is
they
he?
are.
Okay, well then
I
it
think I
is
was thinking of
bad
his
if he's drinking his
uncle.
moonshine. Okay, so he
Sorry,
should not be drinking his uncle's moonshine if
you
it's an
guys, I'm so
innuendo.
sorry. My brain short circuited because I hear Buck and then I keep thinking about the Knuckles trailer that they put Knuck If You Buck over, and it's been circulating on the internet, and that's just playing on repeat in my head.
Oh no.
One thing I would say though for our boy Buck, because poor guy, I have done that once and only once. It was
Yeah.
a insulin, like a diabetic thing, because I was pre-diabetic at the time, and my blood sugar like crashed out of nowhere, and I did that. So, if this isn't scripted, brother, go get your blood sugar tested, please. Like A1C, go get it done.
He
Well,
probably needs
what
it
was the
anyway.
weather like? I don't know what the weather's like in West Virginia, but I passed out like that once, and it was in Orlando, Florida, in Warped Tour. I
Oh,
went into the pit and then
dehydration?
whited out and hit the ground. So
Damn.
Oh no.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Buck's always like passing out or getting hypnotized. He's the Zach of the crew, but he's not as aggressive.
Yeah, I like him better
Oh,
than Zach, but that's not
Yeah.
saying much.
yeah. That
Because
is
I have fantasies of dying slightly before Zach just so that I can fuck with him and from the other side.
it's not hard to do. So let's talk about the plan, right? The plan was
The plan is excellent. It's a stroke of genius.
yeah. I mean, like, you want to recap the plan?
The plan is they have to find a bridge. That's step one.
Oh,
Is
wait.
Mothman needs bridge.
Okay, pause before we continue with that part. That was the other thing that I kept thinking about. They were like, oh, his MO used to be these big bridges. Okay, these big public bridges, but now they're quiet, secret bridges.
Why?
These backwoods bridges. Are sorry. Like what? Hello?
Now,
Okay.
to be fair, when I lived in Kentucky, I lived really close to the Goatman of Poplic's train trestles. Like, I would drive under the Goatman's train trestles, and there were just random ass bridges in like all of the walking trails, and that's just a thing kind of in that general like Kentucky, like Tennessee, West Virginia area, just like random bridges in the middle of the woods that go nowhere, and they're not over anything, they're just there. And so that's a thing, and I don't know why, but
That's spooky.
yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was so silly. Like maybe he's sick of everyone's shit, or maybe the world is so polluted with bad shit he doesn't even need to show up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, and it's also like wasn't his first like appearance like in the 60s, and so maybe he's just old. Maybe moths
Right.
don't live that long.
Yeah, and maybe he never had children, which is good for you.
Right? Go off. We love a child-free king.
Okay.
So they had to find a bridge, and they find a bridge, and it's not the right bridge because it would collapse under Mothman's monumental weight.
600 pounds.
He's an
600
extra
pound-
dimensional creature. His weight doesn't matter
Let
in
his
this
feathers stiff as a board.
And they interview this guy, and they don't believe this guy because his story is too outrageous for the Mountain Monsters crew. Like they don't believe that what he's saying has any merit because it just sounds too outrageous because Mothman's too big for this bridge. So they find another bridge. They find the phone in the back pocket guy, and they find this bridge, and they're like, okay, we're gonna set a trap. And what's the best way to catch a bug? A giant ass bug zapper. And so they get these materials, and they have a like anime level up montage of them making this massive bug zapper. And they're gonna use it because Mothman can't teleport through electricity. So they're gonna drop this cage on him and keep him still, and it's gonna be too much for Mothman to teleport through in the pitch black of night in the woods in West Virginia.
Where did they get this intel about the teleportation is what I need to know.
They literally made it up. They were like, yep, that sounds right, and they kept going. They didn't ask anybody else. They voted.
No. Well, these are professionals.
They
know what they're doing.
You know
they
what
had an artist rendering.
This and the damn Ghost Adventures thing have showed me is that Steph and I are fucking professionals, and we are definitely doing our fucking show.
I'm not kidding. We had the same thought. Our brain cells were connecting in that moment.
Could do this.
Oh no, we could do this shit, okay? And we would be really good at it. We would.
I'd be way more entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like what? And first thing I was like, no, respect to my man. I'm like, how did they get a show? They just decide.
Yeah, they're all so old.
Yeah, and they're all the same shape. They're literally the same dude. Copy paste, change the font, and they were like, waddling through the forest. And I'm like, where are they going?
I mean, I swear I worked with like 5 of these people at foundries, either here in the Pacific Northwest or in Ohio. They're like the same guy in both places.
Yeah, it's there is a Mothman Fest in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and it happens every year, and it's a giant festival that just takes place around Mothman. I think we should go.
Yes,
I would go. And I would dress up like I was at a music festival.
Hell yes, ass out. Yes.
I would. This isn't for you.
Like that guy.
This is the Mothman. It's not for you. Are we a problem?
I don't fucking care. I'm a great problem if I'm a problem.
I mean, if these guys can do it, like more respect to them. They did it for 14 seasons. Like, good for them.
Literally, good for them. But I just feel like giving an offering and also shaking some ass. I feel like that's gonna make him come out. If anything's gonna come out, he's gonna be like, "Well, this is new."
All you need is like a really nice bright headlamp to like be the signal so you're not burning down the forest.
Well, here's the other thing. So it's like moth to a flame, but is he a moth really, or is that just what we think his shape looks like, right? Because that's what he's a bird. People think he's all kinds of different things. Like,
isn't it that thing where it's like when your brain sees something it cannot comprehend, it fills in the blanks? Somebody filled in that ass.
I appreciate that. That's art. But this, what they're doing is science, So you have to be a little bit more scientific and not make shit up like it's gonna come if I have lights in the woods. What?
And then they were all standing around with the torches doing this weird forest dance.
Because actually, based on this, it seems like it approaches cars and like phone
Mhm.
lines and shit like that way more. So you'd be way better out. Like, get a bunch of fucking like get your fucking 4x4s, like the little shit that like your crotch rockets and shit. I know they've got them. They're hillbillies. I'm a hillbilly. My family has that shit. Come on, like
The plan doesn't work.
use a riding lawnmower. I want to see an old man in a riding lawnmower drunk on fucking moonshine. Like, come get me, motherfucker! That's what I want to see.
That probably honestly happens at some point down the line with poor Jeff. Jeff's always getting into like something or other. Like he's always got like Hellcats are looking for him and the cult's coming after him and
Damn it,
Jeff
Jeff.
Jeff is just a mess. Yeah, it was funny because like I've watched a lot of the later seasons and like I don't remember half of these dudes. Like who's Trapper? Like where did he come from?
They're just pulling these boys out of their pockets like little goblins. We need some filler guys. There's
He's
little
probably
goblins out there. And they
probably
will
like the whole
Guys here.
population of a small town. Like they're just gonna grab everybody who's like the 30 people who live there in the trailer park. Let's just grab them all.
they literally pull up like, hey, we need some dudes.
Penny at Washington, pull into the town, the post office. That's like the post office and EFC. They're right next to each other, and the liquor store. All three right there. Just be like, we need some dudes. You'd have 50,000 of these fucking guys.
We will pay you in moonshine and good times. Let's go.
Lots of fire and doing dangerous things in the middle of the night.
I'm pro fire. I just want to see a little bit more fire safety here, but I'm pro like fire in the woods. I just don't see how it's helping the situation. I just don't.
Especially when they're all clustered together. like that's not gonna help. They're obviously gonna know something's there.
To like this, but I'm just like, what the fuck, guys? Can we just do a little bit more effort? Just a little bit more.
Just it was a lot of like bumbling around and like I don't know, just like a common consensus of what is real and what is not. And I'm just like, did you remember what you're doing?
Just no.
Well, like
they have one brain cell between them all, and it's.
I guess that it's supposed to be like a reality show. I get that. I understand it. And you can shoot a reality show, especially this is obviously set up.
Yeah.
Put a little plot to it. Put a little like get a little bit momentum going. Like you can do that. Like and maybe they got better at it in later seasons because Al got hooked in the later season. So
they did because they introduced a cult and the cult wants them to stop looking for the things they're looking for. And so they're like it's like several seasons long of like they'll be like wandering through and looking for like the pig man or whatever they're looking for, and there will just be like the cult symbols in the background, or you'll see somebody in a robe and a shadow. There's like an actual like full plot that happens in the later seasons, and they're all going after Jeff, and Jeff is possessed, and Huckleberry has a secret, and it's like a long thing, but like this is episode 5 of the whole series.
Yeah.
Like this is like at the very start, so it's like this feels like Duck Dynasty if it was written by Zach Baggins. Like,
oh my god, yes. I don't remember which one Jeff is. Does he happen to have glasses and a ponytail? Because that will come off later if he's possessed.
He's the one with the pure white long hair. He's the researcher. Jeff is the researcher, which is why he's always getting into things because he's the one that knows everything.
So does he have glasses and a ponytail though?
I think he does have a ponytail.
He won't.
Yeah.
He won't. Yeah. When he's possessed, it's gonna be. And it's got to be big too, because the curlier and bigger your hair is, the more possessed you are. That's what we learned from Urban Legend.
Yeah, except I just said he's the Sam Winchester of the group, but there's no chance that he's gonna get super abs when he gets possessed. Soulless Sam was.
Maybe that's a supernatural episode we should go.
Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah. Yes.
We should cover the Scooby-Doo episode too, because that one's so fun.
Yeah.
I like that one. All right, hoes. Final thoughts?
I love the show.
Yeah, if you're gonna use a thermal camera, don't like point it at fire and be like, I saw something over there.
Yeah,
You saw fire, bitch.
About the thermal camera in the Post Malone episode.
I laughed so hard.
I wanted to fight Zach.
Me too. I don't know. Do we give TV shows shuds?
I don't think we should.
Okay. I like
Well,
it.
obviously, we give it 5 Hucks.
Yes,
Yeah.
5 Hucks.
Here we go.
He's his own
Huck.
rating system.
Damn
5
right.
Hucks from the hose.
5 dirty Huck feet.
Oh my god. That's almost worse than Judd's.
This show's fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, I would watch one from a later season, see how that goes.
Yeah, I think the later season is just Jeff, Huck, and Buck. So the cast is like
Nothing
dwindled
like
down a lot. So it's just the 3 of them. And sometimes they bring in Wild Bill whenever they need something, whenever they need to throw subtitles in there, because I can't understand a damn thing that man says.
Boomhauer.
Yeah, he really is Boomhauer.
Everybody's Boomhauer. Well, obviously, it was, you know, I don't even know what to say, but you can catch us hoes, on other episodes, maybe not as hoey. You can find us on the internet at ghostinthemagazine.site or on Twitter at GITM Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at WitchXPudding.
You can find me at Nocturnical.
And you can find me at Maybe Mockingbird.
Okay, bye.